Here I will now start streaming again. Today it is working with neons, so hopefully people tune in to now. It's hard to see as usual, there isn't so good. Anyway, so I'll just tune in here. Just have to do some work here. So, okay. So, see it. Come on. Yeah, sorry, I just need to do some Facebook work, post things and stuff. So, I'll be there soon. Sorry, I need to post things. Also on PATRON. Create, post, link. be there soon. Just as you know, I'm here. You just need to post it on Facebook. Stuff. I have no idea how to do that in advance, so I guess just stupid. Some and one more and I'm done. So, now, I'm just gonna do some more stuff here. So, then we're good. Hope somebody is tuning in. So sorry, it took a little while. So here I am. Okay, thanks for watching. I just need to see. So, there we are. I'm going to do some portrait painting today, and I'm going to work with on the nuances and the small things. So if you like, you can actually ask me some questions or whatever, but just watch. As usual, I think the lighting with this camera or mobile is really crappy, so that's too bad, but that's how it is. And yeah, so what will I do today? Well, I will work with nuances and tones and stuff. Yes, if you see this now, it is strange because this looks very different from this, and that is the angle is one thing, and it's the fact that the paint do different things with a perspective than you see in the photo. So actually when you see it more one-on-one, like if I go here now and I move it here, you can actually see that they are way more similar than you see from the side, and that is a very strange phenomenon. That is what it is, so I just have to kind of live with it. and it's always kind of, this work here is the work that is the most exhausting or challenging, because it takes so little to actually ruin it. And I have to see, you know, there are yellows here and there are reds, and sadly you can't, it's not that easy to see it in the stream because of the lighting on my phone, but I'm trying to explain what I do. Like when people are making skin color, they think there is something called the skin color, and there isn't one skin color, because if I see here, there's yellow and there's reddish and there's different reds. I like the Alsarin very much because it's kind of transparent and has this bluish tone to it, so it works very well with my more yellow tones that is underneath. Here also I build not much texture. Most of the textures is around the chin here, and it's the highlights and different places I build more texture than other places. So that is what I do, and texture is extremely important in my view. So yeah, and it has to have address, of course. Only thing I'm gonna do like an hour, because I want to also film this process with my camera for the process video that I will post when I'm done with this. I have a lot of new long videos coming out, so if you kind of like my stuff, remember to put on the notification bell and stuff. And if you have a notification bell on, you will also be notified when I go live, which I will do. I will start to actually do it very often when I start on new projects now, and I think it's a nice way to get more followers. I mean, I get some new followers or subscribers every time, and not much comments until now, but if you are watching and you like to comment and ask me questions, now is the time to do it, and I will answer all your questions to my best. Welcome to chat with me. So I have a computer next to me here, so I can see if people comment or something. And remember the thumbs up. It's very important for you to use the thumbs up, because it's for the algorithm. It's extremely important these days. I read that actually it's almost more important than subscribers. So, but then again, if you have subscribers, it's easier to get more likes and stuff. So please do that, give it a thumbs up, and feel free to ask questions or just say hi. If you like to, you can also do super chats or whatever, donate if you like what I do. So many things you can do for me. Or just watch, just hang around. Now I need to do a lot of small nuances here. I see this work I'm doing now more as a surgical thing to create. Hello. Yeah, feel free to ask me some questions. So we get in with some more reddish here. You have the alizarin, and there's a lot of white in that. It's kind of feels, it seems almost like it's transparent in a way. So we'll try to put on some white there. And then I will very lightly put on some alizarin, which will make it kind of transparent in a way. And yeah, so yeah, in here is kind of a little bit darker, and do some, there's more yellow there, gets a little darker. Have some wrinkles here in his forehead actually, that I also want to get in there. There we go. Try to kind of just add in the wrinkles, like let them the places in without any color. Just leave that, and I let that be that kind of a wrinkle there. It's supposed to be a little bit more reddish in that kind of wrinkle. You know, maybe people don't want me to paint their wrinkles. You know, why did you paint my wrinkles, sir? Why did you paint so I have a thin hair? Well, because you have thin hair. You know. Maybe I should actually add some wrinkle a little, because it has kind of a quite pronounced wrinkle in his forehead there. So try to get that in. Have to place it, you know, there's one here, like this. There's a bump there. And there's one here. It comes in like this. Hello, cheers, cheers, BA. Humdinger. Just ask questions if you like me to answer, if you have some. So I'm trying to explain to the best of my abilities, as they say, as I say, they say. There's also, he has a little scar there, something like a scar. And there's some small light here too, in there. Like this. And yeah, this is very difficult in there. The eye there, it's like, this is now, it's like going this deep, and it becomes really challenging. So I have to do it like this, and here. This, the light here is way more pronounced than anywhere else. And here it gets very dark. So when things are more sketchy, it's kind of easier to get away with it. It's like when you always impressive work at, like, thank you. Yeah, it's strange thing, and now I'm going into kind of deeper detail here, and it's so easy to ruin it, and suddenly you have way more job on your hands than you actually planned. I do think likeness is, of course, it's a portrait and it's a commissioned work, so it has to be a likeness, and it can turn me into a very manic person. So yeah, there's so little that actually can ruin it. Send on this rabbit goose chase, and yeah, I will work for many hours tonight, probably until like 5 in the morning. So I'm having a long night here. So yeah. So, as I said, if you smash the like button and yeah, do that. And if you like to ask questions, you can also do that. Maybe you should actually start doing that now, because if I someday gets a lot of viewers, I will of course only be able to answer super chat questions and stuff, but for now it's open for everyone. So this was a little bit too much, and I need this, and it was this one. That was the challenge, you know, to get that kind of wet feeling here in the eye, and this coming down at her. So you know, it's like I have to measure. There's always one eye between the eyes, and he twists his head a little bit, so I have to take that into consideration here also. And now there's a very bright light in his eye on this side, and it's gonna make a very nice effect. It's like this, just pops right out, so that's good. On this side it's more subdued, so and there's also, yeah. Now I showed this, sent a photo to the people who have commissioned it, and they thought it was finished already. It's funny, you can actually, you could get away with half the work and they wouldn't even notice, but you know, it's not about that for me. It is basically, it's very personal for me, and I need to feel that I have put in the best that I can. And I don't really know what the best I can is, because it's very often about the time you have and the time you put in. So it's difficult to know actually how good or bad one is, because I never really feel that I get to a point where I couldn't do anything more. it becomes almost like this eternity project and never ends. So now just tone this down too a little bit because it's not that strong. And here too, and then I can bring it up again after I've done that. So I see there pops in new people all the time, so please, if you're here just briefly, do me this incredible favor of smashing the like button, even if you don't stay for long, because it's so important for the algorithm. So and here now, this beard, it has this beard, you know, this 2-day beard as you call it. So there's a lot of, what's it called, stumps. So there too has to be a little bit more pronounced. You see the pencils I'm using now is very light pencils. I'm kind of done with the texture and brushwork work. I'm now into the last process, which is just doing a lot of neons and stuff. So, and this one is also thinner, and I just need to do like that, and then I will tone it down afterwards like this. And I will work a lot with the background also, because there's a lot of stuff happening and textures in the background. It's very important to get this, that also correct. I'm touching too much into the shadows here. And see now. Also, could go wrong. So, just go down. Need to get the skin out there, so I guess that is probably Van Dyke brown and some red and some of the yellow. I always tend to forget the name of that color I use. It's so annoying. You just bring them. It's like I've been working with now for, it's called Naples Gel Extra or Naples Yellow Extra. I create skin colors basically from Naples Yellow Extra and Alsarin, French Ultramarine, and some other of the reds, the cadmium and basically they, and I can also mix in some lemon yellow and or cadmium yellow and stuff, but I always kind of tone it down with Naples Yellow, as it's called, Naples Yellow Gel Extra from Old Holland. I think that is the basis. I really need that color. I remember a time where I didn't use so much broken colors, and I could do you can basically do the same thing with lemon and cadmium, it just takes a little bit longer, and I feel that the Naples yellow is breaking down the nuances quite good. I also noticed that ivory black works very fine to do that. So, but there is no such thing as a skin tone or skin color. There is just a mix between, you just have to work these different reds and yellow and blue and green, and you know, just have to work with them together to create a dynamic skin tone. That is basically what I do. Is it too much? Yeah, too much red, too much, you know, it can easily be too much or too little. It takes nothing for. And there's also danger with adding in too much white, because more white doesn't necessarily become more light. As I said before, you can easily kill the light with too much white, and too little it also dies too much. And black, you have to be very careful with the black, because it can easily dirty up the colors, and then you basically lose the liveliness of the color. So there's no, I don't have a recipe per se, but there is kind of a recipe anyway. Best recipe, I guess, is just take a look at it and try to repeat what you see. And yeah. Also here has this furflick, what is it called? Mold, not mold. It's this spot, birth spot right there. I have to have that with. I need to have that in it. You know. And just slim down here. Here too, I will use the Naples yellow to kind of get that eyelid a little bit more heavy, so it kind of hangs a little bit over. And I can see that his eyelids is a little bit more pronounced. And I can also see it's even darker, kind of underneath here, inside here it's darker. And that is logical, because of course what's inside there is underneath the eyelids, or eyelocks, or eyelids, or whatever it's called in English. Yeah. I'll put some more darkness. They said of Rembrandt in the pupils. Rembrandt, one of the few places he actually used pure black was in the pupils, because he wanted to create this infinite darkness kind of effect. So yeah. I'm trying to say, I need better glasses actually, so I need to go higher here. Then add a little bit of light. Nah. Okay, there. Something like that, huh? Naples yellow, this is Noctis yellow. Yes, that's my color. That's my savior. Don't go by flesh tint, to put it that way, because that doesn't really exist. There is no such thing as flesh tint. Well, there is such a thing as flesh tint in a store, but it's not really a flesh tint. Flesh on tube. See now. It's going to be a little bit higher. Okay. Yeah. Also, I need to link these two together with so there. Kind of drag them a little bit over like this, so it's link better together. So try to get that wrinkle there to be a little bit more pronounced. For some reason I work more on this side and this side, which is quite annoying actually, but it's probably because I see it better. Like this, yeah. Need to get the darkness in the rings in the eyes better. Ooh. Like this. Here. Maybe I should fetch my girlfriend when she could come and put makeup on him. Because that's what I'm actually doing now. I'm putting makeup on and it's difficult. But so what kind of makeup? What is it based on? Is it based on alizarin and blue? Maybe. Have to move to the other side also, so I don't get too hung up in this side, because I tend to ruin it if I stick around for too long. And I become so manic that I can't really tear myself away from it. It can be a horrible experience actually, becoming totally manic. And of course I am manic, and that is one of my diagnoses actually. I do think you have to be kind of manic to do art like this. You have to have this tendency to hyper focus. And I guess ADHD, and it's a very nice tool actually when it comes to stuff like this. Now some other stuff happening underneath his eyes here. And I need to do like this, sorry. Goes a little bit more in like that. It's like this goes a little bit in. And there's light that hits underneath there. And here, of course, here. Do you think he has kind of greenish eyes actually? And try to put in some green, or actually I'm using, yeah, I think he has kind of greenish eyes, greenish blue, and I'm trying to put in some Prussian blue, and I think that effect became maybe a little bit too much, but it's a good start. Then I just need to tone it down a bit, and then I just do like this, it goes over that again and tones it down. Also I need to get the, of course, get the perspective right, so he actually looks the right way. There. And maybe clean it up a little bit. And there's some very nice light that hits right here. That kind of makes it look a little bit wet. Like here. And also underneath here. And it kind of starts to pop out a little bit more. And but I think I'm going to try to, let's see, I messed up here now, because I'm touching it with my finger all the time, and I forgot actually to finish this one too, so I need to do that. Yes, I always use gesso. Irin hello. Hello, thanks for tuning in. Yeah, I always use gesso. I don't use oil ground. I just buy my, see my, I buy that, something laying around here somewhere. I buy them. Just take one of these here. Yeah, there it is. So, as you know, I buy these things here, and I just stamp them on myself, and that's the layer of 2 layers of gesso over. But it was already prepped one time with gesso, so I just put on 2 more layers, and then the tone that I'm usually using, and I go with that. I try to keep it as simple as possible, basically because the less complex it is, the faster it goes, and it's actually more stable also. If you use a lot of oil prep, so I remember when I went to art school, we learned how to prep canvases, and I used we started with a unprepped canvas, and I used rabbit skin glue among other things. And the problem with the rabbit skin glue is that if it gets moist, it actually starts to rot. So I have some paintings at home that actually kind of got ruined because they were in places where there were too much humidity, and rabbit skin glue actually started to rot. And I also used some self-made kind of prepping that also turned out to crack and all kinds of stuff. So I just decided to go with a gesso. I think that is a very good way to do it. So because it's very stable, and you can also create textures in the, or use it as a, what do you call it, gazelle, when they put on this one tone, you can actually build some textures with a texture, with a grounding. So I don't believe in, I simply don't believe in creating my own paint and stuff. It's very romantic, but you know, it takes a lot of time, and it takes a lot of time away from the painting. So I prefer to buy what I use in good quality and in a store. So basically get what I want. So yeah, use gesso. That's the easiest way, in my opinion. I think I posted a Apple video just now. It's out on my channel, and there I actually show you how I prep canvas in the beginning. So you can take a look at that if you want to. You see now, I need to get some tones in here, so you can actually see that there is some skin in there. Here also it comes in with a Naples yellow, and I use, of course, the ultramarine blue to tone it down to a more greenish tone, because the greenish tone or a bluish tone is a complementary color to the reddish and the other colors that are around here. And maybe also used an ivory black here, because it kind of tones down everything, and it also turned kind of a earthy greenish tone, you know, because you need to see that there must be something inside that, inside the shadow. And you can actually, as I said I was talking about this, the secondary color circle. You know, to have the main color circle, but you also have the shadow color circle, which is actually, the shadows are always a mix between kind of the color in the background and the primary color in the light areas. So it becomes a mix between these, or a mix between, if it's red, the shadow will have a greenish tone. If it's orange, it will have a more bluish tone, and it will always kind of follow each other. So when you try to create good shadows or shadows that feels natural, you have to think complementary contrasts, and the way you do it is that if you have a red and you want to have a shadow for the red, you mix green and red together, and if it's going to be a shadow to the red, you have more green, and if it's going to be a shadow to the green, you have more red. So that is the way shadows are created in nature. So that is why when people, oh, it's gray, no, it's not gray. Gray doesn't exist. You know, it's like black. It doesn't really exist. What exists is a lack of light and a lack of color, and yeah, and the less color you have, or less light you have, the less color you have. So yeah, you just have to figure that one out. So, is there any more questions? No. Remember the thumbs up, very important. Very important. Let's see. Maybe I need to have one more go on this face. I've done all the other things, but you know, we'll see. Remember when I saw Rembrandt, the best things of Rembrandt, you see all these basically yellows and reds, and you put them beside each other, over each other, back and forth with his brush, and the combination of brushwork and all the different colors he puts beside one another, it just becomes alive and just boom, and explodes in a way. And it's very nice indeed. So that is what you have to look for. You have to look for the textures, you know, how did he use the pencil to get that wrinkle to come out, you know. He saw the direction and he followed the direction. And yeah. Mm-hmm. There's this thing here. And yeah, I'm touching this way too much. And I don't finish this because I can feel I'm getting manic now. And I can't really, and when I get manic, I actually tend to lean towards the light areas, and I start to maybe overdo it and forget other things, and then suddenly I just lose totally control over things, and it's not really good. So I need to slow down a bit and concentrate. Yeah. Yeah. See now, here it's quite green. Try this and see what happens. Like this, and it goes in here. And I need to turn that even more down. Down. Like this. Here to turn it down. Further behind there is actually more in the red. So start like this. always have to put something into the shadow there. You can't really make a shadow unless there's nothing in it. Of course, yeah, your eyes will actually make a lot of things, do things for you. But you also have to think that it can't just be a hole. There has to be something there. So. Maybe that eye is a little bit too big. And 55 minutes already. Usually I take more breaks when I do stuff like this because it's kind of exhausting. Tone it down. I think that starts to look like him. Kinda. Yeah, I think maybe that eye is a little bit smaller. Bring out my mirror. Oh shit. Shit. Yeah, kind of close a little bit. Just kind of closer to, yeah, there. It's funny how my intuition kind of figures it out without me really totally knowing how, if that makes sense. So, hello. You mentioned the handling of color in the light and shadows. How about reflected light? Yeah, like inside your eye. Yeah, of course. That's the whole thing. The light that hits here will be reflected underneath there. There's no doubt about it. And that's basically how. But nice that you actually mention it, because I should put it in there. I saw now that there are some greenish in his eyes underneath there. Now it's very difficult for you to see what I do now actually, because it's such a crappy camera. So I wish it was better. We will see that in the tutorial I put out. There will be way better light and stuff. So yeah, but that's true. You know, when you have light coming down and it hits like here, underneath here, and this will reflect light into the eyes like that. So yeah, that's one of the things that make the magic come alive. So yeah. I feel like getting quite manic now, so it's very difficult work this, so maybe I should spend an hour now soon. Where is it? Where was it? Somewhere. Yeah, no, it's exactly 60 minutes. And what I need to do now is to start stepping back a little bit and maybe take a break. I just want to make one shorter video or live stream about doing this face. You see here I also used the back of this. It's funny actually that, yeah, I probably need more dark in there too. Let's see now. Sometimes I can actually look at the stream and see where I need more shadow, and this was on there. Yeah. But as I say, I will buy myself a good camera. The camera I'm filming with, I haven't been able to link it up to my stream for some reason. Maybe it's an older camera, so maybe it's not compatible or something. I don't know. So yeah, this is also a little bit more reddish, so it can come alive a little bit here. And it goes in. And I think there are some more white also in this eye here. That is actually mixed with blue. And it's because, of course, the light that comes in here is kind of bluer. And there's some red there too, I see. Because of the small veins. So yeah. Yeah. It's so stressful, this work, that I feel I lose more hair. It's like, oh, I'm so afraid of just screwing it up and not being able to pull it back again. And it's kind of like Gollum when he loses the ring. Lost. And that's why it's always very important to have good time on portraits. Sadly, I did a mistake by this time. I also had to finish some other stuff, and I suddenly started to forget that I had this, and suddenly, oh wow, okay, I just have a few days left until I have to deliver it, and then I get very stressed, and that's not good. So try to, if you have commission work and stuff, only work with it not under pressure. But the best thing is to have some time where you can actually ruin things and destroy things and rearrange and rebuild. So you don't want to try to rebuild it the day before you're going to deliver. That is never a good idea. And I've done that way too many times, and it's really stressful. The good thing, of course, is if you have that stress and other kinds of stress will, of course, be easier. So annoying. I can't really see what I'm doing there because the light is falling into this. It was too much here. I gave him too much here. Yeah, that was better. I have to see it from the side a little bit now to actually see how it falls. And it goes all the way up there. Such a stupid adaptation losing here, isn't it? Made by God. Yeah, right. So God made us lose here to punish us. Now, okay. Okay. Is there any more questions? Maybe no. Now, if anybody has some more questions, they have to ask them now because I'm gonna quit the stream because I need to, first of all, I need to sit down and just focus my eyes on something else before I continue. And I need to hyper focus, which means I can't really talk when I'm painting because I need to, and I also need to move more back and forth. So if anybody have any questions, please ask them now and I will answer, and then we can, I will start when I get a better camera, I will start to announce that I'm gonna do streams like a few hours before so people can actually get time to get into it if they wanna stick around. And remember the time. Okay, thanks for watching, Mr. Humdinger. B.A. Humdinger. So what do you paint actually? Yeah, thank you. Hope you enjoy. Thanks for watching. Nice that somebody, a few people have been watching, so. But actually I would like to do more, but I feel that I really need to hyper focus so I don't just kind of start stabbing in the dark here. I also need to move around, and so that's why I have to close it down. Also I want to film some of the process for the tutorial. I need to work more here, I need to get the lips right, I need to get more of the beard in, so many things. And right now I'm just overwhelmed and feel I need to close it down. So, thanks for watching. Remember, thumbs up, leave a comment when I post this, and yeah, if you like to become a patron or something, you can do that, or buy me a coffee or whatever. So, with this, I rest my case. So I see you. I'm gonna start doing maybe many live streams every week, and I think it's a good way to get more stuff onto YouTube. So yeah, how do I turn it off? Like this. Okay, bye bye. Have a good one.